So, lesson 4 is attributes by class. And we're looking at a floor of a block of flats. You can see that. It's a matter of personal preference. I can't understand. I can't work in black and white. I work with colours that indicate to me what class they're in. You know, it's easy to use the visibility tool here, which you just click on something and it'll turn the class off. In this case, I'm not going to do that because this is actually one huge great symbol. But you know, for example, I know that if I turn off fittings furniture, then you'll see the tables and chairs will disappear. Goodbye. Right? So they're all symbols, and they're all in that class, and more importantly, the attributes, i.e. the fill, the line weight, the line colour, of all of those things are set by the class. Let's show you what that means. Right, this is a simple 2D symbol, and you'll see that its attributes are always by class. The opacity, the fill, the fill style, the fill color, the line style, the line weight. Now, why do that? The reason for doing that is because when you need to go into a viewport in a sheet layer, okay, my sheet layers are called A3L, A3 landscape. Guess what that means? That means it's an A3 size page in a landscape format. So when I need to control the attributes for objects in my printing viewport, then I can set them by clicking on the viewport, going to the classes, and editing the attributes that I want to actually print, which will be different at different scales and for different types of drawing. So a details section, 1 to 5, will want different things. I'll be bringing in detailed concrete hatches or detailed timber hatches, which I just don't want at 1 to 200, of course not. It tells you when a class has been edited. Use viewport specific class definition. You want to see all the ones like that, you just double click on the icon at the top. And so I've got, in this viewport, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I have edited, which overrides the global class definition. Now, this only works if the objects have their attributes set by class. And I cannot emphasize how important that is to create flexibility and productivity on your workflow. 99.9 times out of 100, it is better to have any drawing object, its attributes set by the class attributes. So, for example, wall component brick. In this case, what have I done? I've made it into a pattern, probably because I didn't want to see the hatch lines at that scale. I can change it back. What did I have before? Sure enough, it was a brick hatch. Well, I didn't want that at 1 to 200, and that's why I changed it. So, why do that? Well, that is why you do that. How does it work? It means that if, let's go to, you'll bear with the number of classes I have here, but you'll see actually it comes out of what we've just discussed. So that fittings metal, let's take that one. If it's gold, guess what? It's got a gold texture. If it's where's I've got an aluminium? Yeah, okay, aluminium brushed. Guess what? Its texture is brushed aluminium. So part of the reason for multiplying the number of classes is for that reason, so that the attributes are set by the class. You put that object into this class, which you can do by assigning to the selection or any which way you want. And then if we take fittings furniture and we edit it and we change the color of the fill, surprise, surprise, they all change together. So extremely powerful. It requires some discipline, which mostly you won't find even in the Vectorworks library. For example, hardware sets. You'll find that they're all drawn in class none. The attributes are not set by class. If I want to use a custom, a built-in, Dorset's a good example, a hardware set from the hardware set library, if I can find it. It's in defaults, isn't it? Yeah. So cabinet handles, that'll do. There's cabinet pulls. Now we can in fact we can open that drawing, and you'll manually locate the broken reference. Oh dear. No, not now. Oops. Oh dear. Hang on. Sorry about this. No. So that means what? It's not going to. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, look, here they are. Right. Here's a 3D symbol. It's called Pull Loop Brass Polished. Yes, it's got. Oh, it's not showing me the. It's not showing me the render. For some reason, well, it's because it does have difficulty doing that. But you can see it's in class none, and the attributes are not set by class. Oops, excuse me, that's a visualization. The attributes are not set by class. So what I would do when I want to use that symbol, of course, I need to edit it. I need to put it into the proper class. If you extract that from the Vectorworks library, it will start to show up in your own file by default. It immediately becomes available in your hardware set. Let's close this file. Don't save that. So we have a class for hardware cabinet pulls, and guess what? In fact, it is the Vectorworks default class, which is hardware main. So, or I mean, if you want it gold, you can put it as a fitting metal in gold. Fittings metal gold, fitting metal platinum. Platinum, of course, has the texture of platinum. So if you put your objects, and Vectorworks isn't good at this. I think it's a starting point. So that you're in control. If you want all the hardware doorknobs to suddenly change from brushed aluminium to polished chrome, providing they're all in the class hardware main, or the class that you put them in, and the attributes are set by the class, then you're in control of the attributes. It's enormously time-saving. The hassle of trying to change the attributes of an object that are not set by class, they show up in the viewport, the line's too heavy, it's the wrong colour, you've got to go back into your drawing and find it and change it, and it becomes all a boring process of trial and error to control the graphic qualities of those attributes. And so that is the way to do it. Be very disciplined and set your object's attributes by class. Thanks for watching.